Good day, everyone. Welcome to Rare Gem Support Network. Yeah, this is a channel that has been created to create awareness or to make an awareness of uncommon disabilities that are found in some set of individuals, in some set of kids, and even adults. There are a lot of disabilities, uncommon disabilities that are not known to a lot of people, and they tend to continue to wallow in that challenge. That is why we are here to create an awareness and also to prefer practical solutions that can help you manage these disabilities. Guess what? Today we'll be talking about dysgraphia. Dysgraphia. What is dysgraphia? When an individual or a child finds it difficult to write correctly, to write legibly. There are some people that when they write, you cannot even see what they've written. They turn the whole thing. Makes an individual or a child not to write properly. Now, over the years, I've been opportune to tutor some kids, to work as their tutor. I observed so many things. That is why I decided to make this video. You get to see a lot of kids that are very intelligent, some kids that are very intelligent, but when it comes to writing, they always shy away from it. When it comes to writing, they're always scared to write. They're always complaining, looking for ways to, to run out of that issue of writing. But their mates out there, their peers out there are busy writing without any, even those that they may be better than. You see them writing without stress. But when it comes to writing, these children, when it comes to oral things, you see them, they say it the way it should be, they explain better. But when it comes to putting it down on the paper, it becomes a challenge. Not because they are dumb, not because they are not intelligent. It makes it unable for this child to write out the story on a paper or in a notebook. Now, these things affect dysgraphia in totality, affect children performance, even adult performance, academic performance, even in their daily activity. Yes, as an individual, be it an adult or a child in dysgraphia, you may be going through, be it dyslexic dysgraphia, be it motor dysgraphia, be it spatial dysgraphia. It affects their performance academically. It affects such adults' performance, daily activity. Yes, it gives them this, low esteem, especially for the kids. It gives them this low esteem. They are not able to express themselves because they're always scared of writing. When it's okay, come, it's time for test, let's write it out. It's a problem for them. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to write. So child becomes confused. And you're wondering, this child that can talk so much, this child that can tell the whole story in the world, that knows all the whole story in the world from A to Z, how come this child is not able to write the same stories he or she can tell? Some of us, we tend to see it as laziness. It is not laziness for such individual. That person is going through what we call dysgraphia, especially the dyslexic dysgraphia. I think it is even the worst part of dysgraphia we have. Number 3 is the spatial dysgraphia. This one has to do with the individual not writing legibly, not knowing his or her placement of letters or words on the page. Instead of the child or the kid to write it on the line, you see him writing it across the line. You see him writing it across the line, or you see him writing it downwards like this. I think this one is very common with autistic children. Very common with them. You see them writing it this way. Even when you tend to correct them severally, they still tend to make the same mistake all over and over and over again. And you're wondering, in fact, you become fed up, like, this child is lazy, this child doesn't know anything, and we tend to push such child away. That child is going through a lot, and he or she needs your assistance to make him or her better. They don't know the placement of their letters, they don't know the placement of their words on the page. They write it anyhow, up, down, anyhow, instead of on a straight line. They write it anytime. In fact, if they are to write it from left to right, at times you see them writing it from right to left. It is not their fault. They are suffering from spatial dysgraphia. They are suffering from spatial dysgraphia. So these are the 3 types of dysgraphia. Symptoms vary, but amongst all, these are the very common ones you could notice in a dysgraphia individual. Number 1, poor handwriting. Yes, poor handwriting is one of the symptoms. Number 2, irregular sizes and shapes of letters. Number 3, mixing up of upper and lower cases when writing. Number 4, a very slow speed in writing compared to the person's peers in class. Number 5, difficulty in taking notes, writing essays, completion of notes in class. This is common among the adults that are suffering through that. Avoidance of writing, anything that has to do with writing, count such people out. They are always trying to avoid anything that has to do with writing. Physical discomfort, they are always not comfortable with themselves because they know they see themselves like being odd among their peers. So it could be genetic factor, it could be neurological factor, it could also be environmental factor. Now when we talk about genetic factor, like I said earlier on, it could be that it is being inherited from the family lineage. As for the cure, there has been no cure for it, but several ways can be used to, manage these disabilities, to help those suffering it improve in their daily activities and in their academic performance. One of them is, seeing an occupational therapy. These are people that have been trained for, hand-eye interaction, for you to be able to watch, look at what you want to see, and be able to write that same thing you're saying. A lot of kids, they are looking out there on the board, on the screen, and they are not able to do what? To write down what is there on the board in their notebook. So it is the duty of an occupational therapy to help you, do that through a lot of series of exercises. The child is able to target what he or she is to write in the book, look at it at the board, and is able to pen them down on the paper. Through series of exercises by an occupational therapy, this can also be achieved. Success can also be achieved. This disability, learning disability, can be managed in such an individual. Two ways that can be used to manage this is through what we call educational support. Now, you don't assess such child or such an individual in class as an educator. Such children or such individuals should be given a special time to carry out their tasks, their writing tasks. When other kids that are not suffering from disabilities are to do a particular writing task for 30 minutes, such kids should be given at least 45 to 50 minutes to carry out their writing tasks. Another way is oral assessment. During test and exam time, such kids should be given oral exams, because they are special. They are special. Should be given oral exams instead of giving them writing exams, because at the end of the day you will get nothing from them when they have to write down the exams. Or if there is oral assessment for their exams, you see the child giving it to you back to back, telling you that that child knows what to do or knows what he or she has been taught, but just have challenge with writing. Yes. Another way we can help such individual is through assistive technology. Yes, assistive technology. What is assistive technology? Introducing speech-to-text software, word processing, and the rest of them to such people, where they can actually voice out what they know in them, and the software goes ahead to do what? To do the writing for them. Then with that, you are able to assess such individual. With that, such an individual, being adult, maybe in his or her office place, is able to do what? Carry out the task given to him or her. And you see them doing perfect. And the next one is what? Writing practice. Such kids or such people should be given time to do what? To write over and over and over again, to practice their writing ability. The more they practice it, the more you give them time, encourage them, practice it. As they practice, their muscles begin to get used to it. Their muscles begin to get used to writing. The muscles in their fingers begin to get used to writing, and before you know it, they are improving in their writing pace, and they are also improving in their writing legibility. So these are some of the ways we can do what? We can assist them. Since there is no cure for it now, these are the ways we can assist them manage these disabilities, to bring out the best in them. Other ones are like, multisensory learning technique. This is a learning process where, tactile materials like your cardboard paper, your sugar paper, most especially for those kids that are in lower classes, like the nursery classes, the lower primary classes. You use this kind of, for those of them that have these disabilities, this procedure of learning will help them do better, where you carve out, you form letters using these tactile materials like cardboard paper, sugar paper, and the rest of them to form letters, to form words, so that they see more of it and know how these letters are written. Each time they see it, it gets a kind of refresh their memory on how such letters are written. With this method, you can also assist them, for those of them that have these disabilities, in the nursery classes and in the lower primary classes. In conclusion, you can also join such kids or such individuals in groups of people that have dysgraphia, and with that they are able to learn experiences from others who have the same challenges on how they have been able to improve themselves in this aspect of disability. So with this, we are able to do research on it and understand better what it is, and see other solutions that people have been able to use to help improve themselves in this disability, learning disability. So thank you for watching till the end. We'll be bringing more of this to you. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel, because we'll be bringing more of this to you. Thank you.